Hello, welcome back to the channel. I still have the scoreboard actually above me from the watch along I did earlier today. It was great to interact with all of you during the game, and I will of course be doing many of them throughout the season, so make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out. Right, what are my quick thoughts on that match? I've had about an hour now to de-stress, debrief, gather my thoughts, and for me, I think it's a good draw away from home. The general saying in football is draw your away games, win your home games, and in the past couple of weeks, Watford have done just that. A very good first half performance against QPR. We eventually ran out victors in that one. A draw away at Swansea. We'll get on to Irankunda's goal in just a moment, but plenty of positives, a few negatives as well. I felt the substitutions late on hindered Watford somewhat. Now, of course, Paulo can't help the depth he has available on the bench through suspension and injury. We're quite light in a lot of areas at the moment. Defensively, we're using Ryan Andrews and James Morris, who you would class as real fringe players at the moment in midfield. We have no Georgie Shakfatadze, Imran Losers missing, and yeah, for me, we're struggling at the moment with depth and quality players to bring on, and I felt the real big decision for me was the choice to bring Vivaldo Semedo up front alongside Quadro instead of Mamadou Doumbia. We saw Doumbia towards the end of last season. He clearly has the quality to start in the Championship, I feel anyway, and to put Vivaldo Semedo on, who is an unproven youngster who's only really made a few brief appearances so far, I felt was quite odd. And, you know, it's no disrespect for me to say that Vivaldo Semedo didn't impact the game at all today. He was a real passenger for the last half an hour or so. We needed someone to hold up the ball, bring it down and kind of dictate the play, and he didn't do that for Watford, whereas you saw the difference with Luka Kiramgard in that first half, who really holds himself up. His massive physical presence, 6'4". He had a couple of great chances as well. A superb ball from Mark Boller, actually, that Kiramgard probably should have stuck away. It was a great save by Vigouroux in goal, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure Luka would have been disappointed not to score from that one. I think it was Cullen who cleared another Kiramgard, a header off the line as well. So for me, that the negatives were the substitutions and the depth we have on the bench. The positives really were the fullbacks in Ngakia and Boller were really impressive once again. Boller particularly with that delivery to Luka, as I just mentioned. The back three generally, other than Abankwah's mistake, were pretty solid. Max Aline on his first professional start in the Championship. Of course, that's going to be very difficult, but I thought he held himself up pretty well. Kevin Caben, a Rolls Royce. Of course, if he stays fit, he won't be at Watford for much longer. He's a real quality defender. And out of the back line, James Abankwah was probably the weak link today. He didn't do too much wrong, but of course, for the Swansea City goal, he had a real lapse in concentration for that moment. Vipotnik coming in to nick the ball off of him. Quite a simple goal for him to score. So plenty of positives, plenty of negatives. The real positive today, though, was once again Nestory Irankunda. For me, you can see why Bayern Munich wanted to buy him in the first place. He has that real star quality, that real star potential about him. There were several mazy runs he went on throughout the game that really impressed me. Swansea couldn't deal with him. They had to drag him down at times. It was almost like a rugby match watching them try to stop Nestory Irankunda, and he won the free kick himself. It was Kayembe, I believe, and Irankunda standing over it, but only one man was really going to take it. An absolute rocket into that far left corner. Not too much dip on it. It was pure power, accuracy, pace, and the celebration to match was superb as well. It reminded me of Jean-Philippe Mateta at Crystal Palace kicking the corner flag right in front of them Watford fans. Superb to see. He went off with a little muscular injury, it looked like, so hopefully that's not too serious. And looking ahead to next weekend against Southampton, it's the final game before the international break, and of course you want to go out on the high really in front of your home supporters. You don't want to lose to then mull over it for another 2 weeks. So a difficult game. Will still a great manager. Their aspirations this season is clearly to get straight back to the Premier League. They're a first year parachute payment team. They've not had to sell too many of their key assets. So looking forward to Southampton. Happy with the draw. 2 games unbeaten now for Paulo. Definitely a platform to build on. What I want to see in the next week really is a bit more backing from Gino, the board, Scott Duxbury and Juan-Luca Nani, because we are lacking depth in certain areas. I think we need another midfielder for sure. We probably need, if possible, a real quality right back, I feel, and another centre back as well if we're going to continue playing that back five. So some new signings would be great, and looking forward to Southampton. In terms of a man of the match, it's got to be Nestory Irankunda, although big shout out to Ngakia, Kiprianu, Selvik and Bola. I thought they were excellent today as well. All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.